to Liz.
All right, thank you, Jay. October, as you know, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and of course from University Hospital is registered nurse Beth Barenko to explain to us the different types of breast cancer and what they mean. Sometimes it can be a little confusing when you have a breast cancer diagnosis.
You're right.
So we're going to break it down. So let's start with, you've been diagnosed with breast cancer, so then what's your next step?
Well, once you've been diagnosed, your doctor will work to find out the specifics of your tumor by examining the tissue from your biopsy. The type of breast cancer that you have determines the best approach to treating your disease. Several factors go into determining your tumor type. Is it invasive or non-invasive? What part of the breast did your cancer begin? And are your cancer cells fueled by hormones?
Then you say it's time to figure out if the cancer is invasive or non-invasive. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, non-invasive or in situ breast cancer refers to breast cancer cells that have not spread to breast tissue around the duct or the lobule.
Okay.
And invasive or infiltrating breast cancer spreads outside the membrane and lines the ducts or the lobules and invades the surrounding tissues. Now, the cancer cells then can spread to other areas of your body, such as your lymph nodes.
Okay, so next, what part of the breast did your cancer begin? That's what you want to find out next.
Right. The type of tissue where your breast cancer arises determines how the cancer behaves and what treatment will be most effective. Now, cancer can begin in 3 parts of the breast: the milk ducts, and ductal carcinoma is the most common type. It forms in the lining of the milk duct. Then milk-producing lobules, which is lobular carcinoma, which starts in the lobules where the breast milk is produced. And then connective tissues, which is rare that breast cancer starts here.
Okay, so next, are your cancer cells fueled by hormones? It's another thing you have to look into.
Yes. Some breast cancers are fueled by your female hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Knowing that your cancer is dependent on your hormones gives your doctor a better idea on how to cut that fuel supply off. Now, there are estrogen receptor positive, which relies on estrogen to help it grow, progesterone receptor positive, which relies on the progesterone to help it grow, and then hormone receptor negative, which does not need hormones to make it grow. And with the estrogen receptive positive and progesterone receptive positive cancers, hormone blocking medications are given to help slow those cancer growths.
Okay, so your doctor will also determine your cancer's grade, is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
And they do that by looking at the different cancer cells from, look to see how different they are from your normal cancer cells.
Okay.
Now, breast cancer is graded from a stage of 1 to 3,
right.
3 being the most different from your normal cells, and it's also considered the most aggressive.
Okay, and yeah, that's it's something you hear, but you don't know exactly what that means, like stage 1 or stage 2 cancer. So for more information on breast cancer, you can contact University Breast Health Center, 706-774-4141. You can also find all this information on Beth's Facebook and Twitter. Just search B. Barenko RN.
And I want to give a shout out real quick to the Miracle Mile. The Miracle Mile was a huge success this past weekend. We had over 7,000 walkers.
Wow.
And we raised over $250,000. And I've got a little picture slideshow on my Facebook page and Twitter page, so if anybody wants to look at that. But huge success.
That's impressive, just in the CSRA?
Yes, yes, and all that money stays in the CSRA to help women. And a shout out to Team Breast Buzz. They all showed up, and we raised $1,500. I'm proud of them. So.
That's great.
Good weekend.
Awesome. Very good weekend. Awesome. Thank you, Beth. The nation's weak job market is expected to take center stage at tonight's Republican presidential debate in Arizona. Meanwhile, President Obama is pushing his plan for economic recovery during a bus